Hello, everybody. So today I'm coloring a character from My Hero Academia, and you see that I already started coloring because it was recording and then it stopped, and then so I had to start over. So I was like, I'll just leave that little coloring there. But so I'm starting out with a orangish red. So the Twistable Crayola doesn't actually have a name for their color, so it's just kind of a orangish red. So you can see my voice is kind of like scratchy. I apologize. um Okay, so the next thing I'm doing is kind of making a shadow where his hair falls. And you can see that I have all these like little shading. It's kind of like my little side notes of where I'm supposed to do all the shading. So this is a Watercolor Pro King Art color pencil. The first one I used was like a Delft blue, and the next one was a brown. So this one is actually red. It takes me a while. There, I'm erasing my little notes. It takes me a while to actually color this. So, and previously I was just gonna do line art and all the coloring with no sound, but I realized that having no sound would be really boring. So I decided to have a little narration of my coloring and explaining what I'm doing and what colors I'm using. And I'm sorry for the camera, it's kind of shaking. So my camera is kind of sitting with this thing on my desk, and it's not stable enough apparently. And so every time I use my desk in any way, it shakes. Even if I'm doing like school and I'm writing, it just starts shaking. I don't understand why. So I apologize. This takes me kind of a little time to finish his hair. And the next thing, I'm just filling in all the little streaks. Okay, finished with that. The next thing I'm going in is a peach color for his face, and in a minute you'll see that I actually have two peach colors. One is actually darker than the other. If you look at the color pencil and the Twistable Crayola, the Twistable actually looks like it's lighter than the color pencil, but it's actually not. And I was really surprised. I was like, oh, okay, never mind. And I was trying to like darken it up with the color pencil, and it turned out that it didn't hardly darken. I like pressed really hard onto the paper, but it was not coloring very well. So I had to use both the colored pencil and the Twistable, and the Twistable was actually super dark. So you see the colored pencil right there. I mean the Twistable. So I'm going in just filling in all the little streaks that the colored pencil wasn't working. And then I'm also going to darken up where his hair falls on his face. Okay, the next one's a crimson. And when I first started coloring with this, I thought it looked like a purple. It was not purple. It's not supposed to be purple, but I think it depends on how hard you press on the paper, because I'm doing it very lightly and it kind of looks like a purple. But It kind of looks like a purple maroon. Oh, so this one is Delft blue. I'm not remembering what the other blue color was. Sorry, if you heard that, that was my cat. So when I'm coloring, I thought this was gonna be like a really dark blue. You can see at the end of the color pencils, it has like the color it's supposed to be, I guess. And it looks really dark, like almost like black. But when you start coloring, it's like, oh, it's just a regular looking blue. And I'm pressing really hard, so I'm not sure why that doesn't look like a dark blue, like a really dark blue. And then you'll see that this takes the longest time and my hand starts cramping. I kind of stop for a second. And this is when the camera really shakes, so I'm sorry. There's a shaking. So yeah, like that's a part I stopped at when my hand starts cramping, and then I think right coming up, right there. I'm kind of upset that this dark blue wasn't a dark blue. I was like thinking it was like a really, really dark blue. I don't know why. The color pencils I got were watercolor, and maybe it's just my lack of knowledge, but those color pencils are really light, and I thought they were dark. Okay, so this is a Tombow shading marker I got off of Amazon, and this is the lightest one. I think it was N95. And I kind of don't really like these shading monsters, shading markers. And because, so when you go over one, like, streak or, marker you're using, and then you go over a couple times, the, like, paper, it might be the paper kind of, like, gets all mushy and, like, gross. I don't know why. But this one right here actually looked pretty good, so I was happy about that. Alright, I'm pretty sure I'm almost done. And thank you for watching. There you go. I finished. And this is what I do. This is my signature I do. I name it, date it, and then I signature it. But hopefully next week, maybe sooner, it depends on how I'm feeling, I'm gonna do a sketch and line art and color it. Alright, thank you for watching. Bye!